Hi guys, it's me Tammy and I'm back with another video. I know that I've been gone for such a long time, but please don't hate me. I'm back. I'm gonna be doing more videos and I'm gonna bring you more different content, so don't worry, I'm back. And so as you can see from the title of this video, I'm gonna be talking about PCOS. The reason why I'm talking about PCOS is because I was diagnosed with PCOS back in July of 2020. Yes. So what is PCOS? PCOS, or PCOS as we call it, PCOS or PCOS, stands for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, and PCOS is a hormonal disorder that causes your ovaries to enlarge, and those ovaries enlarge because there's multiple cysts surrounding those. Start to develop many symptoms for PCOS, and that symptoms are usually excessive weight gain, or it's hard for you to lose weight, acne, fatigue, mood swings, irregular menstrual cycle, infertility. The list goes on, and these things really affect women emotionally, physically, and mentally. So what causes PCOS? Toxins, processed foods, the foods that we go out and eat like McDonald's, Taco Bell, the things that we very much love that taste good and it's fast and easy. Or the chemicals and bacteria, the very things that we digest in our body, takes a toll on our body because it affects us in a negative way. Another thing is birth control. Birth control is a synthetic hormone, though it does what it's supposed to do, which is suppresses ovulation, cure acne, also make your period regular, but those periods are really not your own period. Those are the hormone period. Please talk to your OBGYN and make sure that birth control is not the only option. So I was diagnosed with PCOS July 2020, the week after my birthday. The thing was that I went to go see my OBGYN. I told her my symptoms, and therefore that's when she said, I believe that you have PCOS. And I said, what's PCOS? She said it stands for Polycystic Ovary Syndrome, and the list of things that you're telling me are the symptoms for PCOS. I said, oh, okay. And then she said, well, we'll schedule you for an ultrasound to make sure that that's what it is. So while I was talking to her, she advised that I see a weight loss specialist. The weight loss specialist should prescribe me metformin, and usually metformin helps with losing weight and also help with insulin resistance. I said, okay. So she also mentioned, because I did not see my period for 2 months, she mentioned that if I don't see my period next month when she sees me for the ultrasound, that she will prescribe something to bring down my period, and then we can monitor my period after that. So the following week, I finally found a weight loss specialist. I instantly needed. It was a drive for me to lose the weight, because prior to seeing my OBGYN, I was working so hard to look great for my birthday, not knowing that I looked like a beluga whale. I looked like I was literally 8 months pregnant, and it was horrible. At the little photo shoot that I did with my sister, I had to hide my stomach because it looked bulgy. It was bad, and I just didn't understand why. So because my period did not come for 2 months, all that blood that's been holding up there decides to come that following week, the week that I went to go see the weight loss specialist. So I bled for a good month. I had a lot of blood clots. I ran through a lot of pads. It messed with me emotionally, physically, and mentally, because when you're bleeding for so long, your mind is like, when does this end? Why doesn't this stop? I haven't even been pregnant, and this is what your body goes through. So back to seeing the weight loss specialist. I saw the weight loss specialist. He prescribed me metformin. He said that we'll see you in a few months and let me know if this works. If it's not, then we could put you on something else. I said, okay, cool. I told myself I was gonna go vegan. I'm done with this. I'm not gonna eat bad anymore. I'm gonna change my diet. It lasted for a while, but me being vegan didn't change much. I just know that I did feel healthier. My skin was clearer. Unprocessed foods, making my own food was very it was like a therapy for me to make my own food and not eat what is out there, and drink more water and drink tea. So when he prescribed me the metformin, I instantly rushed to go get that metformin. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna lose this weight. This is gonna help me. And then I did very minimal research on it. Mindset, like, I'm gonna go take this pills and I'm gonna lose this weight and I'm gonna be back to where I was. Wrong. I took the first pill and I was vegan at that time, and I noticed I was like, my stomach was just small this morning. Why does it look like I'm bloated as hell? Like, it's even more bloated than what it was before. So I decided the next day, take another one. Boom, my stomach looks even bigger. I was like, this is a problem. I just could not. So I started doing my research and I said, no way. I am not taking this. I am not insulin resistant, and I will not be taking this. Like, I don't need this. I know that I don't need it. And I listened to my body. Thank God I stopped taking that pill, because it's not good for you. There are many other things you could take for insulin resistance, and even if you're not insulin resistant, you shouldn't be taking it. It does not work for me. That's just my story on it. It, like, my preference, it does not work for me. Also, so I stopped taking it. I spoke to my doctor. She's my OBGYN. I spoke to her and she was like, you shouldn't give up on it so easily. I was like, oh, okay, sure. Didn't listen to her because I was not taking that pill no more. So I went to go see my doctor, my OBGYN again, to do the ultrasound. Came down to the ultrasound. I did have cysts around my ovaries, and I also do have a small fibroid. I'm not so much worried about the fibroid because it's very small, but we are my doctor will be monitoring the fibroid as I go into my next appointment. But my main concern is the PCOS. So my doctor told me that, asked me, do you want to go back on the birth control? I said, yeah, sure, I want to go back to it. She's like, which one are you comfortable with? I said, the NuvaRing, and not remembering all the side effects that I had from the NuvaRing, which was the massive headaches that I had, the stomach cramping, my muscle pulled behind my calf all the time. I just couldn't bear, the number one thing I could not bear was the headache. So I only stayed on the NuvaRing for only additional 3 months, and that was it. Then I started doing more research, and I started reading books. The book I was reading that helped me bounce back was the Period Repair Manual by Lara Briden. I totally recommend that book because she talks about restoring your period, about ovulation, about PCOS, fibroids, all the things that go on in women's reproductive system. Do not be disappointed at the information that you retrieve from it. So reading that book took me out of my depression. I was set to change my diet. I started going even more gluten-free things and dairy-free things, but I was already vegan, so I was doing non-dairy stuff. I was doing workouts. So the workouts I would do is weightlifting, high intensity interval training, which is HIIT, yoga, and I'll take walks. I did all those things and worked out 5 to 6 days out of the week, and it wasn't enough. People say go gluten-free, dairy-free. That's not totally true. Everybody's body is different. Every woman's body is different. Some things you can tolerate, some things you cannot tolerate. For me, it was not working out for me to be vegan. A big 180 on my eating habits. So I decided to do the keto. As I did more research on keto, I was very, very, very happy. I've conceived and healed themselves from PCOS. I did a 1-week trial of doing keto, and I was extremely happy. I lost 7 pounds. My face was slimmer. My body was like, I could see a different change. Though I hit that keto flu, and it really destroyed me because I wasn't able to work out the way I was because I was feeling so sluggish. But I'm happy. Keto is basically a high-fat diet, so no carbs for me. So I laid off on the breads, the pasta, the beans, all the good hard carbs I could not have, and I couldn't be any happier because I love that I'm not eating like a lot of carbs. Therefore, I can see that my stomach looks way different. Like, it's way flatter than what it was in July when I looked like I was 8 months pregnant. Just with the keto, I eat a lot of raw foods, a lot of greens. I eat a lot of eggs, avocado, and chicken. Also, with the keto diet, I do a 16-8 fast. So I fast for 16 hours and then eat between an hour of 8 hours, so that I will start eating at 11 a.m. and then done eating at 7 p.m. So the dietary supplements that I take each and every day are my D3 Vitafusion gummies. I love these. I take these every morning. If I don't have these every morning, I'm just disappointed with myself. Like, I take these faithfully on a regular. After I finish brushing my teeth, these are what I take, and they're very good. The next one is the iron. This iron pill has vitamin C in it. It's less constipation, and it's easy on their stomach, so I can still go to the bathroom without a problem. The reason why I take iron pills is because I'm anemic. I had a blood transfusion when I was 16 years old because I bled so bad that I needed 4 pints of blood. So from then on, I've been anemic ever since, and I just take iron pills for the anemia. The next dietary supplements that I take is magnesium. Magnesium and zinc are very, very, very important. These are the most important pills that you should take if you're coming off birth control or gonna be on birth control, because birth control does strip you from magnesium and zinc. And the very last pill that I take is B complex. I take this on the days that I'm going to work out, and it's been very beneficial to me. I have a boost of energy when I'm about to work out, so I am ready to go. I'm not lazy. I feel good when I work out, and it boosts up your metabolism as well. With these dietary supplements, and I take every morning, I usually have a 2 to 3 ounces of celery juice every morning. That celery juice is very beneficial because it helps detox your body. I love drinking it every morning. I don't drink it at night, only in the morning, and I'm feeling great after that. It definitely helps with clear skin, and I feel like I have a burst of energy in the morning. So if you want to know more about celery juice, just Google it or write it into YouTube, and you'll find a lot of people who've done the celery juice challenge or just drinking celery juice on its own. Not on birth control anymore. I stopped taking birth control, as I mentioned before. I'm very happy I made that decision because birth control, the synthetic hormones stay in your body usually up to 6 months. So for me, it was very hard. So ladies, birth control and metformin are not the only answers in treating PCOS. There are other things that you can do to help you treat your PCOS by changing the way you eat, meaning going on a low carb diet, no sugar, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan. one of those will work for you. For me, what has been working for me is the keto diet. So do your research. There are other women out there who are struggling with the same thing you're going through. Find a large community of women who are going through the same thing on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google, on YouTube. There's a large range of women. Especially, I joined Clubhouse and I sat in on a room where they were talking about PCOS. So please don't get discouraged. You can find other people to connect with that can help you. Another thing, consult with your doctor. If your OBGYN is not giving you the answers that you need or not helping you in assisting to treat your PCOS, find another OBGYN or look for a specialist that specializes in PCOS. You will be happy that you did. Another thing is read. Period Repair Manual by Lara Briden. That book is absolutely amazing. Also, in the description box, I'll put a lot of things that I have talked about in this video. Also, you can go to my Instagram and see more information that I have put in one of my highlights for PCOS. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.